I'm Tradu, and welcome to the 5th video in my series of commentaries on my Mythic kill videos for Amirdrassil, the Dream Soap. This is Nymue, the very green boss after Council. And yeah, let's start with the talents, as it's pretty boring, because yet again, it's a single target boss. I played Play, DA, just the general stuff you'll play basically everywhere. Nothing exciting on the class tree. I don't think there's anything you can do with Angel's Mercy, which would be the only thing you can really swap over. It doesn't make anything line up nicely, as far as I could tell. Yeah, trinket-wise, I got a Pips, so I'm playing that. And still the branch, because I like having stat on use and I don't have a Spindle from Nymue. I would definitely not play Suncaller on this boss, because you're already kind of taking a ton of damage, and you don't want to walk this close to the boss. That's just spooky for no reason. So yeah, just general boring stat trinkets is what I went for. In terms of defensive usage, you can just slam Fade on CD if you want, honestly. Just take some pressure off the healers. You don't need it for any specific point. There's nothing that lines up nicely every 30 seconds or anything. But you are constantly just rotting, so it helps. Desperate Prayer I would hold for when you get the bomb, the seed that you need to drop off the back of the room. And Vampiric Embrace you can use for every ad phase. There's 2 minutes between them, so you're wasting a bunch of CD, but it's nice to have on the Mythic ad, and on the other ones, why not? So yeah, let's just get into the video. On pull, slam your CDs. The first set you just use. The second DA bender you hold for the Mythic ad, if you are assigned to that one. Otherwise you still hold it just for your tree on the sides. In my case, we do a strat where we have one team that rotates around a bunch, and the other teams don't really. I'm on the team that goes all over the place, so I start on the Mythic ad, then I go to the right ad, then I go to the left ad. So it's important for me to have damage for the Mythic ad, which happens at like 110, 115, which means you waste a bit of DA CD, but it is what it is. You can see I get the seed here and run away to drop it off in Africa. Here, flash heal yourself. You have the talent that gives you DR after flash healing, or you can have it at least. Helps you a bit. Just press every defensive. You are literally across the universe. Nobody's going to heal you. Nobody cares. So just press them all and get back alive. And then spend basically the entire time dodging these cutter beams and soaking the small seeds. Then we get to the Mythic ad. Pop your CDs, all of them. Send to Vampiric Embrace at some point. At least I'm pretty sure I do. I did on the previous couple of pulls we had. This was also a sub 10 pull boss, so I didn't have that much time to think about it. But yeah, basically the Vampiric Embrace. It needs to die before it gets its cast off, which it starts at 100 energy, and then it's like a 5-second cast. You'll see it start here, and then we kill it just after. One notable thing that I messed up is if you walk into your Mythic ad circle and out again and then back in, you will very likely die. You need to be like spot heal spammed, which is not going to happen. So make sure you only walk in once and stay in. Don't dodge out of it. Only dodge sideways inside. And the thing to dodge there is just the spinning cone. There's nothing else really. You just hit it. In the regular phase, you'll get a lot of value out of the movement GCDs from the 4 set and from just having the tier in general. So you spam Shadow of Death a bunch, because you'll be moving to soak these flower things constantly. That's basically your entire life while fighting this boss. The only thing that's higher priority is dodging the cutter beams, because the DPS check is a joke. Like you should not struggle with it. We played 5 healers just for safety. Most people play 4, and we still killed it with plenty of time left. One thing you'll note a bunch of times on the kill, I'm really bad about maintaining my vampiric touch. I just forget and then I have to move a bunch and then it's gone. Same issue I had on some of the previous bosses. So just do better. Make sure you actually keep up your vampiric touch. Yeah, keep in mind when you finish soaking one of those flowers, as you've seen a million times by now already, it'll pop into a little swirly. Don't stand in it. It won't one-shot you, but it's painful, so don't do it. One other thing you might have seen, if I just go back a bit here, I'm dodging the cutter beams and I'm walking in between them because they despawn when the ad phase starts. So you don't need to like worry about preemptively fully dodging everything. You just like dodge for the moment, and then when the ad phase starts, you're free to get into the ad and pop your CDs and blast. This ad is much nicer to play as ranged because you don't have to move quite as much. It's much more telegraphed when you need to do it. So you can actually get your Void Torrent off comfortably. You can get your Mind Flay Insanity. So one thing you see here as well that I mess up is I had 12 4-set stacks going in, which is really cool. Then I Vampiric Touch and spend my 4-set without Devouring Plague up, which just 20% less damage or whatever on my 4-set for absolutely no reason. Don't do that. Yeah. After each phase, there's more walls up, so you'll take more damage naturally while pathing from one soak to the next. That's just something you'll have to deal with. You can see I walked through the crossing between them. It seems like if you hit it perfectly, you get only 1 stack instead of 2, but I'm not entirely sure. And then on the way back from the dropping of your seed, you have the path of green leaves, whatever, so you don't take any damage from the walls. So at that point, you can aggressively just zoom through. Here again, you'll also notice I dropped Vampiric Touch for no reason. I had opportunities to refresh it, I just didn't. Yeah, this is a very high movement boss where the main thing is just living, because yeah, the DPS check is not rough at all. Here I cut it incredibly close and got saved by our mage's barrier, which I'm not sure if he did intentionally, but that was very nice. Because yeah, the places we drop the seeds are very far away. Then another mistake you'll see here is I'm going to the left ad now with my team, but I was still playing on the right side because that's where I'm soaking. So I just have to slowly cross through all of these because I'm not with the tank who's dropping the leaves on the floor. But eventually I do make it into a somewhat comfortable spot and just kill the ad. A mistake I make at the end of this phase, though, is you'll notice the ads are pretty desynced in terms of health, and the call is made, hey, can we get some help on the right ad? To which I respond, hell yeah, I will zoom over there, take 1 billion stacks from the walls and just die. So be a bit more careful, especially because in this case I didn't even reach it anyway, so there was no point. Just play safe. Hopefully your sides are divided evenly enough that it doesn't matter. You have 15 seconds to kill on the other side, so it's not a huge deal. It sucks a bit for the healers, because you get the wall-breaking stacks just ticking up whenever only one of the big ads is alive. Yeah, and then we're in the last phase. The boss started the phase at like 20% health. We have all our CDs, and we just blast, and then the boss falls over. There's a million soaks at this point. They ramp up over the fight. Like with each phase, you get more soaks. You will not keep up, but it also doesn't really matter. The fight is over. You just have a victory lap essentially. Healers heal, and you kill the boss. Yeah, like towards the end, we have a bunch of seeds up, and I decide to dispersion and soak one. I don't even think I finish soaking it, but you can see here. I soak the seed and the boss dies. And then 2 spindles drop. I don't get one because Shadow Priest isn't good. But yeah, that's the boss. Hopefully you learned something. I will move on to the Larada video. Thanks for watching.